What if I told you that one of the fiercest abolitionists in American history didn't carry a gun or preach from a pulpit, but ran a funeral home? Yes. A funeral home was once one of the most dangerous safe houses for escaping slaves, and at the center of it all was a fearless black woman named Henrietta Duterte. She didn't just bury the dead, she buried the chains of slavery. Henrietta Duterte wasn't born into luxury. She was born free in Philadelphia in 1817, a time when freedom for a black person didn't mean safety. She married a man who owned a funeral home, but when he passed away, many expected her to quietly disappear. Instead, she shocked the world. Henrietta took over the business, becoming the first African-American woman undertaker in America. But behind the quiet whispers of grief and coffins, she hid a war against slavery. Henrietta used her funeral home for something far beyond burying bodies. Underneath the polished wood and silk linings, she hid runaway slaves escaping the South. In some cases, fugitives were literally hidden inside coffins, alive. She would prepare the funeral, seal the casket, and sneak them out. Her funeral home became an unofficial station on the Underground Railroad. Henrietta knew the power of invisibility. No one suspected a grieving widow's funeral parlor as a center of rebellion. She used that to her advantage, offering shelter, clothing, and food to those fleeing brutality. She risked her life every day, outwitting slave catchers and spies, the people she helped. They called her the Undertaker who delivered souls. Henrietta wasn't loud. She didn't march with banners or give fiery speeches. But her actions shook the system. Every escape she orchestrated was a direct attack on slavery itself. And though she never asked for praise, history would later recognize her as a true freedom warrior, a woman who turned death into deliverance. Henrietta Duterte died in 1903, long after slavery was abolished. But for decades, her name was barely mentioned in history books. A black woman undertaker who outwitted a system built on chains. That story was too bold to be told. But now, we remember. We honor. We speak her name. Henrietta Duterte didn't need a sword or a stage. She used what she had, a funeral home, and she turned it into a weapon for justice. So ask yourself, what are you doing with what you have? If a coffin could carry a revolution, what could your voice carry? What surprised you most about her story? Do you think history celebrates enough of these hidden black heroes? And what other names, just like Henrietta's, deserve to be heard? Let's talk in the comments. And don't forget to follow at African_Echo on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel, African Echo, for more stories just like this.